Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Cooking Bourdain, where we cook all Anthony Bourdain's recipes. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. New videos every Thursday. Today we're making Budae Jjigae, which means army stew. You talk about something called dorm food or bro food, the sort of thing like if you were not at your best at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is the King Hill, top of the mountain of that type of food. This recipe is from Appetites, a cookbook. You can pick it up at the link in the description below. Thinly slice 1 white onion. This is a South Korean dish. Budae Jjigae came, as so many great dishes do, out of poverty, desperation, and in this case, an American military presence. Thinly slice 2 scallions, white and green parts both. During the Korean War, Korea was a hungry country. Very little animal protein was available. People were scavenging for food. The American military bases would provide canned or preserved food to the Korean people, such as Spam, hot dogs, and baked beans. These were incorporated into the Korean diet, and the result is Budae Jjigae, perhaps one of the first Korean-American fusion dishes. Next, peel and crush 5 cloves of garlic. This is a neat little trick. If your cutting board slides around a little because you bought the cheap 3-pack at IKEA, you can take a paper towel, wet it, and put it under the board. It will suction the board in place and help keep it stable. This really works. Okay, back to the recipe. Next, slice 3 hot dogs. And lest we forget, the most important component, Spam. Let's cut the music, you need to hear this. Oh yeah, this is the sound of quality. God wants you to eat this. Cut into 1/2-inch slices. We're going to make our stew broth next. The recipe calls for dried anchovies wrapped in cheesecloth and kelp. You can also buy these pre-made soup stock packets at your local Asian grocery store, which contain these ingredients. To make the anchovy broth, combine 1 washed dried shitake mushroom, anchovies, kelp, 4 cups of water, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt into a medium heavy bottom pot and bring to a boil. Reduce to a simmer and cook for 30 minutes. In a large shallow pot, drop in a big wad of ground pork, 8 ounces. This is sort of luxurious. You probably wouldn't have had this during wartime. 8 ounces of sliced Korean rice cake. 12 ounces sliced Spam. It gets better and better. Add the rest of the ingredients in small separate piles around the pot. 1 finely sliced onion. 3 sliced hot dogs. 2 finely sliced scallions. 5 cloves of crushed garlic. 1½ cups of kimchi. The smell of deliciousness. Ours is pretty fermented, good for making soup. 3 tablespoons soy sauce. 2 tablespoons gochujang, Korean fermented chili paste. 3 tablespoons medium fine gochugaru, ground Korean red pepper. Add 3 tablespoons cheongju, Korean rice wine. Once our anchovy broth has cooked for 30 minutes, remove from the heat and discard the solids. Slowly pour the anchovy kelp broth into the stew. Add 3 tablespoons canned baked beans. Add 1½ cups of water. Bring the contents to a steady simmer over high heat, stirring occasionally with a wooden spoon. Cook for about 10 minutes, then add the ramen noodles, preferably a Korean brand like Jin Ramen or Shin Ramyun. Seasoning packet discarded. Ladle the broth over the noodles to help break them apart. Burying the noodles also works. Continue to cook for 2 or 3 minutes until the noodles are cooked through but still chewy. I'm going to add a second package of ramen for some extra noodles. Behold, don't knock it until you try it. When the Koreans are our new overlords, which should be any day now, they will remember your aspersions. Remove from the heat and serve. This dish is great during winter when it's freezing cold outside. Don't forget your chopstick skills. Serve up a heaping bowl of spicy noodles. I think Bourdain loved this dish partly due to its shock value to sheltered Americans, but it is actually good. Be sure to get some of the goodies. It's the ultimate dorm food. Just looking at the ingredients might make it sound like a horror, but it very quickly comes together and becomes delicious. It captures the essence of great cooking over the last few centuries, improvisational, born of war and hardship, nostalgic, sentimental, and transformative. It's really good. I've done good in this world. A nice hot bowl of spicy noodles. It shouldn't work. It seems wrong, but it tastes so right. It's like true love. We're cooking all Bourdain's recipes. Subscribe, like, tell a friend, eat well. We'll see you soon.